People, you know, so they said, speak the truth and your conscience shall set you free. And the situation where I want to speak the truth, last night something happened to me and it's a little bit daunting, a little bit out of the way, out of my comfort zone. And last night the situation is that I know it happened to me over and over. I went and see a woman last night, and the situation where I went and see the woman last night, she told me to come around to hers and we're going to have some fun, and she's going to put a little change in my pocket. Now, I'm the type of guy, I get excited as soon as I hear about come around and I hear about change. Okay, because sometimes people hear about money, our skin catch on fire and we get excited. Now, this is what the situation. I get excited hearing about money. So anyway, I put on my nice clothes and put on the little screws out the little perfume that I've got on, and even finish the bottle. You know, when you finish the bottle and you lean the perfume to the side to make sure that it's finished. Yes, I did that, and I make sure that it's all out. Spray some behind my ears and all this type of thing, and rub some on my palm like that, you know. And the situation is that I grew myself properly. At one point, I cock up in the bathroom, and I cock up in the bathroom like this. And I got the razor, and you know, when you start wiping from the butt, make sure that I almost cut myself a new asshole. I say it with chest. I almost cut myself because I seen a little bit of blood. It wasn't much, but it's just sufficient. Could have make me pass out. You understand? And I had to stop. So half of my ass probably shaved, and the next half don't shave. But it is what it is. At least I tried. That's the most important thing. Anyway, I've grew myself go to this woman's house, you know, put £7 petrol in my car. £7 because they only had a tenner on me. So I wanted a drink because I said to myself, I'm not going to eat anything from her because I don't know, you know, Jamaicans, we don't eat from any and anywhere. So I put £7 petrol in the car. You must know that when I put in the car, it was on the red. When I put in the petrol, before I go in the car and start, when I start the car, it was on red. And then I put in the petrol, it was still on red. So it didn't fucking shift. It looks like it just fume from the petrol pump that went into my tank. But anyway, I got to her house with the fumes. And before you know it, I start sitting there. I sit down there, you know, and we start talking. He says, how is things going? I says to her, well, I'm having a bit difficult time at the minute, you know. My work is not giving me sufficient work hours. And the situation is that I'm struggling. So she says to me, oh, MK, I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, is there anything I could do? I says, yes, if you have any spare money that you don't want and you could help me out with it, that would be very, very grateful. So she says to me, don't worry, I have your back. Anyway, I hear have your back, and I'm thinking anybody that tells you that they have your back, this is somebody that you could rely on. This is somebody that you could put your trust in. This is somebody that you could tell your deeper secrets. So anyway, now I'm there now, relaxing now. I've got more comfortable because I lean back and I put up my hands on the sofa like I live at this fucking woman yard for 10 years. You know, I was in the reclining position. So anyway, while I was in the reclining position, she says to me, do you want a beer? So I says, no, I'm all right. I've got a drink here. Well, she says, well, I've got some Heineken and I've got 2 Guinness. So I said to myself, okay, the Guinness probably can put back what I'm going to lose out. So anyway, I says to her, okay, I'll have the Guinness. I get the Guinness. She turned her back. You know, I lift up my shirt. You know, this is the Guinness bottle. I lift up my shirt. I wipe off it. You know, I wipe off the bottle. You know, all this type of thing. So I said to myself, well, there's only one way this could go. She can't open the bottle to pour anything in it to spike me, then to have her way with me, then kick me out on the curb. So I said the Guinness was locked properly, and I make sure that I checked it if it was locked properly. Because I told her, don't open it, I've got opener. You know, so I even use my teeth to open it. And she says, wow, MK, maybe that's why your teeth are bent up in your head, because you shouldn't be using your teeth to open things like that. I says, I've been doing it for years. The teeth them already fucked. They're not going to come back straight. So might as well I just make them going to the left, because I don't know where they're going anyway. That's what I says to her. You understand? Anyway, I drink the Guinness. Then she bring me the next Guinness. Then all of a sudden, I just feel a hand start rubbing here, and I feel like somebody blowing cool breeze. You know, when breeze, you feel a draft. This is what I feel. So the woman start breathing on my neck. I could feel it, you know. So she was trying to blow soft, like, but all I could hear is like a fucking hurricane coming or a tornado or some shit. Anyway, my eyes was rolling over in my head like that because every time she blow on me, I would twitch and stuff like that. Anyway, she carry on blowing and I kept on twitching and I start smiling, make she thinking that, oh, I like it, but I didn't really like it. It was uncomfortable. Anyway, she was blowing on me till all of a sudden, I feel her two dry, crusty lips them on me. I'm not going to lie. When I turned up, her lips them was dry. And I look at her, you know, when you turn up and you look in somebody's face, you know, their lips are dry and you're looking at them and thinking, God, you know, your lips are dry. Or when you see somebody and they got matter in their eye, I probably have matter in my eye. You know, when you see have somebody and you see matter in their eye and you says, oh, have you washed your face today? And they be like, yes, I have. Oh, so you point it out, oh, you got a little bit of matter. You're just here. And then you try to pick it out. And before you know it, it rolls down here. Next thing you know, it rolls on your mouth lip. And then you just, might as well, you just catch it and eat it. You understand? It's a lovely day today. Anyway, I've got to the point where she start, you know, feel her crusty lips on my neck. Then I feel her lips, them start moving up. You know, when you can feel it start moving up. And then she push her tongue in my ears. I said, yes, this is me in my head. Fucking disgusting bitch. I mean, you need to show me what you got for me first before you start pushing your tongue in my ears. I said, this is what I was saying to myself. I says, I wish you take that fucking crocodile tongue away from me. This is what I was thinking. But at the same time, I was thinking about the money. So I said to myself, oh my God, do I let this continue? Because you're going to get something. Anyway, I worked my way. I convinced myself that anything goes. I should just let it happen. Anyway, I still feel the woman lip like it was chipping up my face. You know, when something is rough, like a sandpaper or some hard thing that your skin go against and you go, oof. This was the woman lip on my fucking neck. Feel like it feels like a piranha was kissing my neck. You understand? And the teeth them was coming out at the same time and grazing my neck. This is how the woman feel. At one point, she got carried down when she fucking bite me. She bite me and I says, okay, that's enough. I turn to her, look at her and says, that's enough. You bite me, okay? And I've got sensitive skin. Because remember the blowing already pissed me off, you understand? So now I just get annoyed because of the blowing. You know, when somebody's doing something to you and you don't want it and they force you, it's like somebody forcing you to eat food that you don't want and then you eat it before you know it, you start being sick or whatever. You understand? This was the situation. So anyway, I got to the moment now where she starts rubbing down her hands down my top like this, you know, and then she rub her hand over to my nipples like that. I did like that part of it. I like that part of it. That part was very nice because I like when my nipples them get played with. Anyway, she's situation now that she's playing with my nipple before you know it. She lift up this part of my top and then she put her head down and then she start kissing my belly button and I start saying to myself, well, this seems like it's going to worth it in the end. You know, go along with it, MK, go along with it. Anyway, this woman got, you know, she got to the stage now where she's down there and she's, you know, and I says, well, this is not too bad. It could have been better, but it's not too bad. Anyway, the situation now, my head top dry. Don't say anything, my head top dry. Anyway, she keep on doing that and I says, well, this is not too bad. The boy's going up. The boys is up. The boys is semi-hard. He's semi-hard, you know. And I'm there now and I'm thinking, okay, this can work. And I stretch out my hand a little bit more. And then I feel a sharp pinch. She bit it a bit. She bit it a bit. I don't know if it's this teeth or which one of the teeth, but out of these 3 front teeth, one of them bit me knob. Catch me knob coming back up. Because she was on the way down and she come back up and I feel a sharp itch. Anyway, we carry it with there now till we get into the moment. Get into the moment, and the situation is that I got into the moment and then afterwards, you know, I was there for about 25 minutes. That's the max I could do. I give her 25 minutes of best back shot. It's only one position I did. I could have managed just back shot. Anyway, I give her the one position and before you know it, she was happy with it. Because she came. And then before you know it, she says to me, thank you, MK, for the good night, you know. It reached to the point where she says, thank you. She gave me the 2 Guineas in a bag, 2 Heineken that left over in the bag. And then she pushed something in my pocket. She says, don't look at it till you go outside. When I fucking go down the road, go to my car, the first thing I do is look in my pocket, 35 fucking pounds. 35 pounds. I give this woman 25 minutes of the best thing of my life and this woman give me 35 pounds. So I am not happy. I'm disgusted with myself, and going forward, I won't do it anymore. Give me a like, give me a follow, leave me a comment down below.